What's going on, y'all? H-Stock here, going to be talking about this whole mess that's been going on with Brett Favre, where he embezzled millions of dollars into funding a volleyball stadium where his daughter attends college at USM. But that's honestly just the tip of this whole iceberg. Now, back on Monday, now keep in mind, I ain't really been keeping track of this story till now, but text messages that went into the state's civil lawsuit over the welfare scandal revealed that former Governor Phil Bryant pushed to make Brett Favre's volleyball idea a reality. The text showed that the then governor guided Favre on how to write a funding proposal so that it could be accepted by the Mississippi Department of Human Services, even after Bryant ousted the former welfare agency director, John Davis, which of course he's going to throw certain people under the bus before he admits to anything. And these were the documents that was provided by Mississippi Today, where it says, Phil Bryant's cell just left Brett Favre. Can we help him with his project? We should be able to meet soon to see how I can make sure we keep our projects on course. And I guess this is an anonymous person. I would really appreciate having the opportunity to follow through with all the good things we are working on, especially projects like Brett's and Tim Bennett's. I can make myself available when you have time. I would really appreciate a little of your time soon. I can do 4 p.m. on Thursday. Thank you. I can be there. And pretty much this was a confirmation of meeting where I guess Phil Bryant kind of underhandedly gave a cosign to the welfare fraud. And this was also something that the former governor sent to Brett Favre, where he said, I will handle that. Long story, but had to make a change. I will call Nancy and see what it will take. These new texts representing Nancy News nonprofit show that Bryant, Favre, New, Davis, and others worked together to channel at least $5 million of the state's welfare funds that was supposed to go to poor Mississippians to build a new volleyball stadium at the University of Southern Mississippi, where Favre's daughter played the sport. Favre received most of the credit for raising funds to construct the facility. New, who was a friend of Bryant's wife, Deborah, ran a nonprofit that was in charge of spending tens of millions of flexible welfare dollars outside of public view. What followed was the biggest public fraud case in state history. According to the auditor's office, nonprofit leaders had misspent $77 million in funds that were supposed to help the needy, forensic auditors found. Mind you, Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the country. And even though I'm not surprised in the sense of rich people doing shady shit, this is crazy. At least New pled guilty though to 13 felony counts related to the scheme, and Davis awaits trial, but neither Bryant nor Favre have been charged with any crime. Well, we know why, because both of them will throw everybody else that was involved in this under the bus before they admit to anything. And even the state is not pursuing the matter in its ongoing civil complaint. Tate Reeves abruptly fired the attorney bringing the state's case when he tried to subpoena documents related to the volleyball team. That's insane. The messages that also show a separate $1.1 million welfare contract Favre received to promote the program, the subject of many national headlines, was simply a way to get more funding to the volleyball project. In an underhanded way, Favre texted New, saying I could record a few radio spots and whatever compensation could go to USM. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? No, we never have had that information publicized. I understand you being uneasy about that though. Let's see what happens on Monday when the conversation with some folks at Southern, maybe it will click with them, hopefully. Okay, thanks. Wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant. He's on board with us. We will get this done. Awesome. I needed to hear that for sure. Now, New, who is aiding the prosecutors as a part of her plea deal, alleges that Bryant directed her to make the payment to Favre in a bombshell response to the complaint back in July. The allegations in defense are not based on speculation or conjecture. The evidence suggests that MDHS executives, including Governor Bryant, knew that Favre was seeking funds from MDHS to build the volleyball facility and participated in directing, approving, or providing for MDHS funds to be used for construction of the facility. Even according to federal regulations, prohibit states from using money from the welfare program called TANF on brick and mortar or the construction of buildings. And here you see all the scumbags that's a part of this, including a familiar face, Ted DiBiase Jr. WWE probably not even going to touch him with a 10-foot cattle prod ever again if they ever wanted to extend a contract to this piece of shit. Now, am I surprised that rich people do some of the most shady shit? No. But in this state, it's appalling. It was documented that Favre thought of a way to get some extra cash to the program. Even more money could flow through his company in exchange for the athlete cutting ads for the state's welfare program. Was just thinking that here's the way to do it, Favre texted. Only days after Favre received the financial commitment from Davis, he had grown impatient with USM, which was moving slowly. Favre contacted Governor Bryant to speed things along. In response, Governor Bryant called Nancy New. The motion reads, back in 2017, New texted Favre, I saw the governor last night, it's all going to work out. 4 days later, New's nonprofit paid the first lump sum of $2.5 million. It paid another $2.5 on December 5th, 2017. According to the state auditor's office report in 2020, Favre also received his first payment under the advertising agreement of $500,000 in December 2017. Nancy, Santa came today and dropped some money off. The fact he literally said that in a text, Santa came today and dropped some money off. It wasn't your money. It was money that was supposed to go to people that's poor as shit. But when is somebody who's supposed to be deemed a hero of Mississippi and you do some shady shit like this, that fucks all this up. And he could have used that money for anything. He could have used that $5 million out of his own pocket, gave it to Phil, gave it to whoever, and we wouldn't even be here. That money could have been used going towards the ongoing water crisis. But no, the people who are in poverty in Mississippi got to suffer the most. On one hand, because of this welfare scheme. And secondly, the people who don't have good water have to suffer. Like, I'm kind of sick of reading these articles because of how fucked up this whole situation is. Taking money from that and using it to build a volleyball system instead of using it to build a better water system, for that matter. Helping the poor, who's at the bottom of the barrel. But we know how this goes. More heads will roll that isn't Phil Bryant or Brett Favre. You know why? 2 reasons. They're white and they're rich. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm done with this. Till next time, been H-Dog here, and I'm out. Peace.